Now I'm live. Wow. I was already speaking into the camera. I was already started and I hadn't pressed the go live button. Okay. So let's do all of that over. Okay. Hi. For you, welcome to TBYE, the best you ever. This is where we give you tips and strategies to become the best you ever. Okay. Tips and strategies for my lives where we've learned through actually practical application to change the course of our life, changes from someone sleeping on the train, someone that was living in a shelter and things like that, to living in a nice, beautiful apartment. For those who don't know, I am Jeff Hansen, aka the Silver Fox. The way I get the name Silver Fox, it's not something I came up with. It was someone gave me that saw me working out in the gym, saw the gray hair, saw the gray in my eyebrows and everything, and said Silver Fox. So I liked the name, so I adapted. But let's get into the subject matter. The subject matter is 5 secrets that the highly successful use for manifestation. And let's talk about that. First of all, manifestation means clearly visible, meaning taking it from a mental picture to bring it to first steps to bringing it into your life. Many people have asked me, how do you get into the best shape of your life? That's something they want to manifest. They want it manifested in their lives. So what we do here is we give you tips and strategies, but I've found through my studies of the successful that there are certain things that they all do regularly to bring ideas, thoughts, things they want to manifest in their life. How do they take it from the spiritual or thought concept into their own lives? Okay? And without getting too deep, we're going to touch on these 5 secrets. Okay? First and foremost, I will tell you right now, you have to have a picture in the mind. Now, I like to go to the Bible to substantiate some of the things I'm saying. Even if you don't believe the Bible, you have to think of the Bible not so much as a religious or spiritual book. You have to think of it as a textbook of principles and strategies for life and for living. It's very, very effective as something like that. Okay, so let's talk about it. The Bible says in Hebrews 11:1, it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and is the evidence of things not seen. And what it means, basically is saying it's a picture in the mind. The substance of that picture is made of the substance called faith. Okay, the material of that picture in your mind is a substance, and that substance is called faith. That's what faith is. Now, the first thing you have to understand is that the spiritual world, mental world, thought world, whatever you want to call it, is just as real as the physical world. And actually, the physical world is simply a manifestation of things in the spiritual world. Anything that you have right now, or anything you see, or anything you buy, or all of those things was once an idea or thought in someone's mind. How did it come into the world? That's what we're going to talk about. How did you take it from the spiritual to the natural? That's what we're going to talk about. First and foremost, you have to have a picture of it in your mind. That's where it starts. That's where creation really starts. One of the things that I kind of accept as a belief is that God, universal mind in the terms of science, but in religion they call him God. God, or infinite intelligence or universal mind, created the creation. Or I like to call it the territory. You as a co-creator with God, you create your world in that territory, or your map in that territory. I'm going to say that again. God, universal mind, infinite intelligence, created the territory, which is everything that's created. You, as a co-creator, manifest. You have to mold your personal world out of that territory. That's why Anthony Robbins famously says, your map is not the territory. Your map is your responsibility. The territory is God's. So everything in your world right now, good, bad, or indifferent, has been created by you. That's the first secret, is the full responsibility of your world is yours. Let that marinate, let that sink down in. Because when you accept that as a fact, you've also accepted the power to change anything in your world. Say that again. When you've accepted responsibility for everything in your world, you also have accepted the power to change anything in your world. One of the major principles you got to understand is one, manifestation. The first thing you have to understand is, first step is you have to have a picture in the mind, because that picture in the mind is made of something called faith. Okay? Hebrews 11:1, I'll go over it again. 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Meaning the picture in your mind is made of the substance called faith. Now, here is something that you have to catch. You can put and formulate and create a picture in your mind, and that picture will be made of faith. The substance will be faith. Now, second, what did I talk about? Well, I talked about one, picture in the mind. Two, I talked about how you can formulate the picture in your mind, and the responsibility of those pictures is your world. See, your world is not the territory. The territory is simply that which holds the world that you create. God created the territory, you create the world that's in that territory. Okay? You are co-created with God. Now, when you accept the responsibility for that, yes. When you do that, you have also accepted the power to formulate and recreate that world in any manner you want. And that's your power to do. So that's one. One, they understand full responsibility. Everything in my world is my responsibility. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's my responsibility. Okay, two, if it's my responsibility, first secret. Second secret is this. You can change that world based upon what you think. You can change the world you have created simply by the thoughts that you think. Good, bad, or indifferent. You can change the world to become good, better, or you can change the world to be worse, based upon what you think, what you hold in your mind. One of the things I always quote is this: what the mind harbors or holds on to, the body will manifest. And in this case, we say the world will manifest. What's the second secret? You can change it based upon what you hold in your mind or what you meditate on. Okay? Meditation is simply holding a thought, dwelling on it, harboring it. Because the more you meditate on it, the more you give your creative juices to it, your thought life, your attention, that thing becomes more and more real in your mind. And when it gets to a point of a boiling point, now how do you take it from here to out here? the first step is you have to write it down. Find a picture of it, create a picture of it, create that picture of it. This is 3. Secret number 3. By you writing that down, that is the first physical manifestation of the picture in your mind. You write it down. Why do you write it down? Because you're taking it from a mental picture and putting it on a physical paper. And when you do that, that is the first step of creation of the thought into its manifestation or its realization. The first thing I did, I'm gonna go back over this, but I'm gonna show you how it took me from being homeless on the streets to being, to having a place, and from homeless on the streets to having a car, and I'll show you exactly how I did it, based upon the principles I'm laying down to you today. So what is 3? The first step of manifestation from the thought life into a real physical thing is writing it down. So 1 is what? You have to have a picture in your mind, because that picture is made of the substance that we call faith. 2, you have to accept responsibility for your world. Your world is not the territory. God is responsible for the territory. You are responsible for the world that you create within that territory. That's why everybody's world is different, because they've brought certain things into their lives knowingly or unknowingly. Step 3 is you have to write it down. That is the first step of manifestation. You have to have a plan. The Bible says to see the vision and make it plain. Write it down on tables. You have just taken it from a thought into the world, into the real world. Okay? Step number 4, once you have written it down, you have to stay focused on it. Because remember, it is just a piece of paper. It's a picture on a piece of paper. But if you don't keep that piece of paper in front of you, you got to continue to funnel your creative juices into that picture until it becomes an overwhelming obsession. And when it becomes that, it now starts to influence your actions. Now, it'll start influencing your actions because the universe now will start giving you opportunity. All the opportunities to manifest this is already out in the world. But if you're not vibrating through the visualization, if you're not vibrating, changing the coloring of your mind to receive the very things that will bring that thing to pass, you won't see them. That's why a millionaire can look at certain things and see it one way, and a broke person can look at it and see it a whole nother way. Same thing. Different vibrations, you'll see something different. So step number 4 is what? Step number 4 is you have to stay focused on you keep those creative juices flowing. You have to keep that picture, that statement that you wrote down, you have to keep that in front of you, because it keeps the creative juices flowing. That changes the vibrational frequency of your mind. It colors your mind differently so that you'll see things differently, to the point where you'll see the opportunity to continue to build that thing into what you want it to be in the real world. And last but not least is through coloring the changing of the vibrational frequency. Through doing that, you now have to actually start the construction of it. And what I mean by that, it's not just really physical construction of it. It's doing what's necessary to bring it to pass, like meeting the people, buying certain things, and so on and so forth, and bringing things into your life to continue to manifest that thing. Now, the universe is going to give you opportunity to do all of that. You ain't gonna have to worry about money or anything. I'm not saying it's gonna be free, but the universe is gonna open up opportunity for you to start manifesting bringing those things to pass, getting the things necessary to bring that thing fully into the world. Now, let me show you how it affected from me sleeping on the trains. Here's what happened. I was sleeping on the trains, and I remember the day. It was like a rush hour, like 9:30. After people was and the train was emptying out, and I saw this man, very sharp looking guy, suit, nice shoes, and everything, and he had a woman with him. She seemed to be like a secretary or executive assistant, and in my mind I was going, wow, I know he's going home to like a nice house and maybe a wife and kids and nice car in the driveway and things like that. And here I was sleeping on the trains, and I asked myself the most important questions I've ever asked myself. What is the difference between him and you? And I had to honestly answer, well, it's not because I'm stupid or I'm not intelligent. I am intelligent. It ain't because I'm black and, it was racism. I said, well, what is it? I said, it has to be something he knows that I don't know. That's why I put these videos up about the secrets. It's not so much that you may not know what I'm talking about, but it's somebody out there maybe that will hear something they never heard before, or I'll say it and share it in a way that they never heard it shared before, and because they never heard it before, it's a secret. So I said, okay, it has to be something they know. So I remember I looked in I had one of my bags. I looked in there. I had two books. One was the Bible, and the other one was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And all of you that stay to the end of the broadcast, I'm going to give you a free gift. Okay, the gift will be a copy of the audiobook Think and Grow Rich, or and if you put down book like in the comments, make a comment and put down book so I can know I'll have to send you that book. Stay to the end. Okay. So I looked at these books and I said, you know what? In these books, these people are winning in life. I'm losing in life. I have to figure out how to work this thing called life. And I said, these people are winning, so I'm gonna practice what they practice what they're written in these books, and it has to change my life around. And I started doing it. So I went back, I started reading. I got enlightenment. Now the Bible talks about enlightenment and enablement, meaning that you must see it, then you can be it. Okay? All right, now, so I started reading. Reading is, when I started reading it, it opened up my mind to what? It opened up my mind to thoughts. It started sending pictures to my mind of me being successful, me having a car, me having a nice place to live. Step one, what is it? Picture in the mind, because that picture is made of what? The substance called faith. Okay? Now, step two, I understood that the responsibility, I understood that my life was out of control. My life was crazy right now, not because of some unseen power, but it was simply crazy because I was responsible. And through Think and Grow Rich, I learned that I was responsible because I did not take control of my programming. I let any picture go into my mind instead of controlling the pictures that go into my mind that form faith and start that creative situation. So I had the picture in my mind, right? Okay, that's step one. Step two is what? I accept responsibility for my world. That's what I did. I accepted responsibility for where I was. Step two. Step three was what? Do you guys remember? Writing it down. That is the first step in the 5 steps. That is the third step in the 5 steps, but is the first step in the act of creating. You're taking a picture that you have only in your mind, that only you can see, and you're putting it down on paper. You're taking a picture of it, you're writing it down, and you're making it real in this world, the physical world. Taking something spiritual and making it physical. First step of creation. What's number 4? Number 4 is focus. You have to stay focused on that picture, in that mind. Even though you've written it down, you have to stay focused on it, because your creative juices, your creative energy has to keep staying focused on it, keep manifesting, keep manifesting, keep manifesting, keep manifesting. So it'll go from a picture. Well, how do you stay picture? That picture in your mind, you have to keep it around you, because things in this world will get you distracted. And if you get distracted, the strength of your creative juices are going in a whole bunch of different directions, instead of staying focused on the one thing you're trying to manifest, fully manifest in the natural world. How do you stay focused? Vision boards, guys. Vision boards. You have to put the picture around your house. I don't care, in your car, on your cell phone. You have to keep that picture in front of you all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. Because if you do not, what happens is you lose focus, you decrease the energy of your creative forces focusing on that thing, and now it slows down its manifestation until eventually you forget about it. And step 5 is what? As the creative energies keep flowing, guess what? The universe is now going to show you opportunities, resources, people to continue to manifest that thing, till it's fully manifested in front of you. Now, let's go back to my situation. So I got the picture, I accepted responsibility, I wrote it down. And what I wrote down, I have a 3-bedroom apartment, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I kept it in front of me. I hung it in my wall locker in the shelter, and the whole night. Kept it in front of me. After I kept it in front of me, guess what I started doing? I started looking for jobs, situations, opportunities, people, places, things that was helping me manifest it. So when the opportunity for this apartment, and I'm going to tell you, when this apartment opened up, I went after it because I had the faith, because I had the picture, and I stayed focused on it. But let me show you something. The first time I lived in this building was on the 4th floor, and I had a room here. And I liked the apartment. I said, man, if I could ever afford an apartment like that. And when the lady showed me it downstairs, when I came back to rent it, she showed me the one on the 4th floor. I liked it. When I saw this one, I said, what? Yep. And then it manifested that I got this apartment. 5 bedrooms, 4-bathroom apartment. Penthouse apartment. Absolutely. And that's how you apply them, step by step by step. Let's say, I'm going to give you one more example. Actually, you know what? I'll do that in the Q&A session. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the show. All of those that joined, all of those that have questions, you can make a comment. You have to kind of go to StreamYard to allow comments or for your picture to show up or your name to show up. I would like to see your name. Someone's watching, and I would like to see your name and acknowledge you. Now, for all those that have stayed for the whole show, or you saw the review of the replay of the video, if you put down in the comments book, I will send you a copy of the audio book, Think and Grow Rich. And if you have Think and Grow Rich, the audio book, say movie, and I will send you the actual movie. It's called Think and Grow Rich, The Legacy. It's a $20 value, I think. I will send that to you absolutely free because you stay for the duration of the show. Now, if you like what you heard, please like, comment, and share the video with those that is looking for manifestation, looking for steps for manifestation. Please send them to the video. Also, subscribe to my channel so you'll get all the notifications. You won't miss other videos like this. Also, I have a Facebook group. It's called 365 Days of Fitness Challenge. Okay, that's if you would like to join the Facebook group, free Facebook group. I'll give you tips, strategies, and so on and so forth to get in the best physical shape of your life. Just put in the comments. Put in your comment. Okay. So guys, all right. Let's get to the Q&A. Okay. Let's talk about the 5 steps. If you have a question, please put in the comments, and I will answer it live. All right. But let's talk about the Q&A. Okay. Oh, we got 2 people watching. We got a couple of people watching. 2 people. Okay. Put in the Q&A. And I will definitely respond. Okay. All right. Okay. I will definitely respond to you if you have a Q&A, if you have a question or whatever. I will definitely respond. Okay. So let's talk about. All right. The first question, let's talk about the picture in the mind. Now, you can either, if it's a physical body you're looking for or a physical condition, you can Google that picture up, but you need a clear picture in the mind. And the only way it becomes clear is if you have a physical equivalent of it, is great. But if you're making something up, you have to write down the details of it. Get it as detailed as possible. If it's a house you want to manifest, start looking at houses on YouTube, and until you start seeing one, and I'll be honest with you, you'll eventually see something that is like what you're imagining, and watch it every single day. Okay. The second part is more or less a mindset. And this mindset has to be, you have to take full responsibility of the fact that you don't have a house yet, or the responsibility that, your credit ain't right yet, and things like that. When you take responsibility for that, the power in that is that, guess what? You now have the power to change it. You will have the power to change it. Okay, we have a little question. Okay, nice haircut. Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? It's not a haircut. It is actually, I slicked it back. I just brushed it back, put water in it, brushed it back, and put a little wave cap on. Yeah. Okay, but thank you. Okay, but what's the second? That's one of my most faithful followers, Stacy. How you doing, Stacy? Hey, what's both of you guys? I love you guys, right? Okay, let me see what she said. How do I manifest 20,000 a month? Okay, that's good. Let's talk about that. She wants to manifest an income. It's an income, right, Stace? I believe $20,000 a month. Okay, that's good. That's very, very, very good. And actually, I have an actual illustration in my gym. Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is what? Picture in the mind. You have to get the picture. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to write it out. You get a picture in the mind of what $20,000. I will Google it and say $20,000 of cash, what that look like. And you'll see a picture. They'll bring it up in Google. If you put Google images in it, you'll see the picture of it. Once you get a picture of it, it's going to say $20,000 or something like that. You can write down on a vision board a month income. You can write it by what time, how many years or how many months when you want it. And here's what you need to do. Once you write that down, you have a physical picture. Remember, that's the first real act of creation. You've taken it from a picture in the mind and put it on physical paper. You accept that the responsibility that you have it or don't have it is yours. That endows you with the power to bring it to pass. Number 4 is you stay focused on it. That means you have to take that picture and put that picture all over your house. And I mean, you ain't got to redecorate your whole house. But here's what I would tell you to do. Take a picture of it, put it in your billfold, put it in your wallet. Take a picture of it, put it on your refrigerator, $20,000 a month. Take a picture of it, put it in your bedroom when you first wake up in the morning. Take a picture of it. I would take a picture of it and put on my screensaver on my phone. I would also put on a screensaver on my computer, so that you always see that 20,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 20,000 a month. It will become a burning obsession. And then what's going to happen is, get ready. You're gonna the universe, because you stayed focused and your creative energies was focused there. The universe is going to start throwing opportunities at you because the vibrational frequency of your brain has changed. Now you're going to see opportunities in people, in places, in things to manifest that income. Be ready, be open, because you're going to see. I'm telling you, if you stay focused on it, you can't see it today and don't see it tomorrow. You have to see it, see it, see it, see it, see it. Keep it in front of you. The vibrational frequency of your brain is going to change. Your mind is going to change, and you're going to see the opportunity. And some is going to be a little risk attached. You have to go with it. Okay? Now, I'm not saying go do nothing crazy like put all your money on a horse. No. The manifestation of it, you're going to see it. And sometimes it may be $1,000 raise a month, $5,000 raise. It may be an investment. You invest this in this, and you're going to see the opportunity. You're going to see it. And when you see it, you take that opportunity. I guarantee you it'll manifest. The money I had in my thing was a $20,000 a month income. At the time, I was making $1,200 a month. Right now, I think I'm making, I don't really want to say it like that, but I got to be making around about $4,500 a month, $4,500 or more. I mean, if you count the fact that I probably altogether make about between 6 and 8. But step by step by step by step. Okay? All right. You got it, right? You have to write it down, Stace. You got to write it down, and you got to keep focused on it. So the steps are, I will lay them out to you. 1, you have to have a picture in the mind of what you want. You already got it, right? 2, you have to accept responsibility that the reason it is or isn't in your life is yours, because that endows you with the power to bring it to pass. Okay? 3, you have to write it down, get a picture of it. Got to get a picture of it. 4, you have to keep it in front of you. You have to stay focused on it. The only way you stay focused on it is you keep it in front of you. Hannibal Lecter, in Silence of the Lambs, said a real powerful principle. You know what he said? He said, what do we covet? What do we intensely desire? We intensely desire the things that are in front of us that we see every single day. If you want to increase your desire for something, keep it in front of you. Okay? And 5, get ready. Because the universe is going to send opportunities, resources, and people to bring that income to pass. And I want you on the show telling us the testimony of when your income surpasses, gets to 20 grand or more a month. Okay? All right, that was a good, excellent question. Step by step by step by step by step. Okay? Let's do a question on, I've done vision boards before, so let's do a question on responsibility. Let's talk about accepting responsibility for the conditions of your life. Okay. The reason why you want to accept responsibilities for the conditions of your life, remember I touched on it earlier. God creates the territory. Absolutely, Stacy. I really want to see it. Okay. God creates the territory, and the territory has all the resources and tools and strategies you need to build your world. You can build a hell on earth, or you can build a heaven on earth. It is up to you. What do you pay attention to becomes more real. What you pay attention to is what the universe is listening for to bring about in your life, good, bad, or indifferent. You are the sole creator of your world. Your map, my map. My map is different from your map, but both of our maps are within the territory that God has created, or universal mind. Okay? Cool. That's the responsibility factor. Because remember, what's the benefits of the accepting responsibility. Once you accept responsibility, you have now accepted the power and been endowed with the power to change it. Anything you're not responsible for, you no longer can change. Okay? All right. And last but not least, I'm going to do one more. Let's do 5. Let's talk about how the universe now is going to bring opportunities, resources, people, money, places, deals and stuff like that into your life to bring about what you are manifesting. And these highly successful people do this every single day. How is the universe going to do that? Well, the universe is basically built of a bunch of vibrations. Like there is a genius vibration here. There is a politician vibration here. There's a banker vibration here. Once it's like a stream. Once you plug into the genius stream, you'll get genius ideas because you're on the same frequency. Let me use it like a radio. WBLS is a famous radio station here in New York. 101.9 is another famous station, but 101.9 plays jazz and WBLS plays R&B. Now, if you're on 107.5, you're on WBLS, and you hear R&B. Now, here's the question. Now, hold on. If you're on station 101.9, that's the jazz station, you hear jazz. Now, let me ask you a question. When you hear jazz, is the R&B station still playing? Yes. But can you hear it? No. Why not? Because you're on a different vibrational, you're on a different frequency. You can change the frequency of your brain or of your structure, of who your constitution, of who you are. Once you change that vibrational frequency, you'll hear different things. And the way you change your vibrational frequency is whatever you meditate on and pay attention to. What the mind harbors, the body will manifest. What the mind dwells upon, the body will manifest. Your life will manifest. Your world will manifest. Okay? So ladies and gents, that's it for the show tonight. Jeff Hansen, aka the Silver Fox, and I'm letting you know that we here share tips and strategies with you that will help you become the best you ever, because we understand that the best you ever will build your best life ever. This is Jeff Hansen, aka the Silver Fox, helping you become a you 2.0. What you 2.0? What will you look like? God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. And I hope something I said, I made it worth it for you. All right. So God bless, ladies and gents. You guys have a wonderful night.